tell you, nothing like morning tea. Now let's go over our brunch menu. Yep, I use this book a lot. So our appetizer today is going to be beef marinated skewers from this book. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my beef into those sizes that I want. And it does say to trim the fat in the recipe, but frankly, I love the fat on my meat. Once I'm done cutting my meat, I go ahead and get all my other ingredients for marinating. So you're going to add 4 large cloves of garlic. You're going to do 1 teaspoon of allspice berries or the plain one, 2 teaspoons of black peppercorns or black pepper, 1 teaspoon of crushed red peppers, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, and then 1 cup of regular water. And then once you put that all in the Ziploc, you're going to seal it up, put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. I move on to my cookies and I start with 16 tablespoons of butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of glucose or 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. And I go ahead and mix that together first. Then you're going to add 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and you can use normal extract or the clear version. Then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of cream tartar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 cup of rainbow sprinkles, and then you can add birthday cake crumbs if you like. Then you're going to add 2 cups of 1/3 of milk powder and then 2.5 cups of flour. Now I couldn't find milk powder for some reason, so I added Confetti pancake mix, and it actually kind of worked out. Once I'm done mixing that, I go ahead and let it sit in the fridge until I'm ready to make dessert. So I never pan fry my bacon, I always broil it in the oven. So while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and work on my bechamel sauce. And it's just basically a white sauce. So it's going to be equal parts butter and flour first. You're going to go ahead and mix that together until you get like a brown color. And then you're going to go ahead and add your milk in little by little until you get a really nice consistency. Once I have a nice thick and creamy consistency, I'm going to go ahead and add my nutmeg to it. Now I add a lot because I don't have the right cheese, because the right cheese has a nutty flavor, so this is optional. You don't have to do this. Once your meat has marinated for an hour, you're going to go ahead and lay it out on a pan, preferably the pan I'm using for the bacon, but I use this pan instead because it's similar. And you're going to let it cook for 4 minutes on one side, and then you're going to go ahead and flip it over and let it cook for 4 minutes on the other side, and then it should be done. So I go ahead and drop my butter and my last little bit of white truffle oil, sigh, into my pan to go ahead and toast my bread for both sandwiches. I go ahead and assemble my croque madame, and I'll be using chipotle and truffled Gouda cheese since I couldn't find Gruyere anywhere for some odd reason. Then you're going to go ahead and throw your bechamel sauce on top of your croque madame, put it in the oven for broiling, and then it'll be ready once it comes out. Greg was jealous, so I slid him a little cheese into his sandwich. One rule about cooking bacon, always make extra for you to just eat. Yo, this bacon is good. Final touch on these entrees, of course, a fried egg. So the croque madame fried egg is going to be right on top of that bechamel sauce, and then Greg's fried egg is going to be inside. What I like about the 2-spoon method for rolling out cookie dough is that it keeps your hands clean and you get a perfectly round ball at the end. So we all knew this day would come, the day I'd have to make a Bloody Mary. So I go ahead and start with that tomato juice, if I can open it. 5 ounces of tomato juice, then it's 2 ounces of vodka, then it's 1/4 teaspoon of horseradish, hot sauce, and last but not least, Worcester sauce. Then you're going to go ahead and dash in black pepper, paprika, and celery salt. And then you're gonna go ahead and give it a nice little stir there. And then for me, the garnishes were celery, lemon, and I actually like a little cocktail shrimp. In fact, I have a little piece for myself. Since Greg nor I wanted to drink this drink alone, we decided to put it aside and make a second drink called the Bee's Knees, which only requires 3 ingredients. So you're gonna do 1 ounce of both lemon juice and honey syrup, and then you're gonna do 4 ounces of gin to make 2 drinks. Then you're gonna go ahead and shake it. I pour mine over ice since it's not gonna melt, and then I go ahead and garnish with a lemon wedge. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't care. I'm at home. Well now, would you look at that? I originally made a drink called the Bee's Knees. I am not a fan. So I added a splash of orange juice, and that is what we like to call a bee. What do we call it? Buckled knees.
Buckled knees. Because it buckles your knees.
He's going for it. Cheers to quarantine brunch. See you guys next week.